Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to yet another episode of The Real Heroes Show. You got Cory and Nick with you as always. And in today's episode, we're going to be chatting about Mythic Quest. This is season 2, I believe episode 4 already, which was entitled Breaking Brad, which was a play on words from my favorite television show of all time, which made me very happy. We are going to be talking a lot of spoilers here, so if you haven't watched the episode, go check it out on AppleTV Plus and then come back and see us. Nick, how you doing?
Doing well. Yeah.
Did you laugh during this episode?
I did a number of times.
Yeah, I did.
It's always a good sell.
There was a lot going on here. Brad's brother showed up, and he's kind of like the eater of worlds when it comes to companies and ideas, because Battle Royale took off. Ian can't drive a stick. And Snoop Dogg showed up, and that's always a good time. So I'll let you start off with this. What'd you think of this episode?
I thought it was good. I think it was a step up from last week's episode.
Okay.
And but yeah, I judged each episode based on how much I laugh, right? Because that's the whole point of the show, really. But yeah, this episode had some funny moments. Ian not being able to drive a stick.
Yeah, it's so funny.
You
got some chocolate in the clutch. That's why I can't do it.
Like the whole thing about like the GT4 Porsche is she's sitting on the hood. He like drags Poppy off of it.
Pulls her off of it.
Yeah, and then the way he escapes that conversation between the testers and Poppy, he's like, "Oh, I'm just a straight white male who's just gonna go out of this conversation."
This is real dicey car. For me. I'm gonna go
dicey. Give me the word dicey. Like, who uses that word? But yeah, like him not being able to drive it, I was like, I had a feeling as soon as he gets in the car, I'm like, he doesn't know how to drive stick. And I think when Dana comes, when Rachel, right? Yeah. When Rachel comes to the window, he could have just said, "I have a lead foot, a heavy foot when I shift." He could have gotten an excuse out of it or something. I'm a little rusty, but he doesn't. He just
admits it and gets on over into the passenger seat.
Yeah, and I had a feeling, of course, Rachel's going to know how to drive stick when she points it out. And but that whole conversation that he gives her in the car, like that's the opportune moment
when he's doing this. He's like, "This is the opportunity."
She's like, "You don't even know my name," and he's like, and he says her name, and I was like, "Well, he's got you now." Like, that was great. And then they're just drifting into the parking lot, like the car's not even in gear. It's just drifting.
It's so funny.
But
it was good, man. It was great character development.
It was
for both of them, because you get a little bit of backstory on Ian and the fact that he was just a programmer at one point, and he worked his way through the system, and he's basically saying to her, "I'm giving you the blueprint for how to do this. Like, I want you to succeed. You want a seat at the table? Tell me what you want." And that's pretty cool. So, good stuff there. Poppy is. Man, she's drifting into Iron mode where she's just turning into a dick to everybody, and it's great.
She is, yeah. I kind of wonder by the end of this season if she's going to realize it.
Oh, I'm kind of like 180 and go back to being good again.
Yeah, like, or she's gonna have like some sort of epiphany that, oh my God, I've turned into you, and who knows where that'll lead, but the whole thing about Brad and his brother.
Yeah, that's the meat of the episode is, and I love it because Brad wasn't really featured in season 1 that much.
No,
and
tidbits.
We've gotten a good amount of him in the first 3 episodes, and then this episode is almost primarily focused on him.
Oh yeah,
the whole story about, what was it? Kate? Was that
Kate?
The
pig
animal, the pig's name.
Pig,
which the whole episode they string you through and make you think that it's a girl that his brother stole, and then it shows you that Brad's got an emotional side, and it's a really interesting idea because it kind of like makes you think, if you've ever been in a situation where you hated where you were and you went somewhere and started new, you could be a totally different person if you wanted to. That's what Brad did. And he became the tyrant that the office knows him as. But then as soon as his brother shows up, you know, he's like pissing his pants, which is good. It was funny. It was great character development for him.
Yeah.
And you know, we got that wonderful mocap moment with Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, the other room and Snoop Dogg's there, and I was like, well, I did not see that coming.
No.
So
a mocap suit, and they did a virtual concert that they inserted into the game as like an in-app purchase or whatever. Which is it's so with today's video games, right?
Yeah.
Like that's like a Fortnite event.
I was gonna say that was a total Fortnite knockoff.
Yeah.
You know, and ironically, something that they just did in Call of Duty Warzone, they did this huge 80s theme. This like 80s. No. So like you've got John Rambo, you've got like Die Hard, you know, like just these like 80s superhero or super action, you know, heroes in it. And I'm just like, well, okay, this is where they went. And then, you know, watching Mythic Quest and then doing this with Snoop Dogg, I'm like, that's very accurate.
Got their finger on the pulse.
Yeah, I like how David walks in the room and is like, smells like weed in here. I'm like, no shit.
Yeah, of course. I'm pretty sure that even if Snoop doesn't smoke for a day, like his body just radiates THC into the room. Yeah. But I thought the episode was great. Made me laugh like it always does. So out of 10, let's do it. What do you got?
Yeah, I give it like maybe like a 7.8, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say 8. So
yeah, like close to an 8. I mean, I think for the sake of it moving the expansion pack development along, the company's route is progressing, and them being on touch with a lot of stuff that's happening in today and like our reality. But again, also taking these not B-side characters, but the other background characters like the testers, Rachel and Dana, like Brad, and even like Joe as well, right? Like
she's developing every single episode. Yeah,
she's been learning and speaking out to Brad and David and you know the testers, and it's good to see. Her character is great. Yeah. So I think for the sake of moving all of that forward and developing and building upon, so it's I mean,
return to the dark side will be complete.
He goes to grab the axe like he's gonna smash the cake, and I was kind of wanting him to. Then I thought Joe was gonna do it for him.
Yes, I thought so too.
And then he just like hides in his office, like you know. So
that moment where she's like, "I failed you." it got me because she thought she did such a great job, and then he's like, "No." But yeah, good stuff. Another solid episode.
Yeah, it's been a great season.
Can't wait for next week to do it all over again. So, all right, cool. That's going to wrap it up for this one. Guys, we'd love to hear from you. Leave us a comment below. Let us know what you thought of this episode. And if your mocap room smells like weed after Snoop Dogg was there, let us know as well. Go ahead and like that video if you'd like to help out the channel. Subscribe if you're new. Turn on those notifications so that way you never miss another video from us. And until next time, we'll see you guys in the next video.